Good morning, and thank you for joining us on After GMS. It is Friday, July 23rd. You know how I know the day so well? Because tomorrow
is your birthday.
Yeah. So all week I've been like, I know the date. Don't have to worry about looking it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it, the 23rd? Today's the 23rd?
Today's the 23rd, yes. So Jennifer Lopez and I, we're really tight, but we also share the same birthday. As did Jackie Onassis, or Kennedy Onassis, another famous lady who had July 24th as a birthday. So
it's a big day.
Yeah.
Do you all call each other?
Jennifer Lopez and I do, often. Often, just joking. I'm Tracy McCain, by the way. You can call me T-Lo. It's Christian Morgan and Megan Miller.
T-Mo, yeah, there you go. All right, we have a fun conversation coming up momentarily about your grandmothers. So go ahead and start weighing in on that conversation on our feed. What you call your grandmothers. We'll explain why we're talking about this in a moment. But first, this weather. Grandma's not going to like how hot it is outside.
No, Grandma's ready for some change in the weather, like me
grabbing that
too.
belt.
Okay, gonna get myself together to do this. Okay, there's not a lot changing weather-wise across the Piedmont. I will say this, make note of this. There are some areas with some patchy fog out the door this morning. So if you're heading out in the next little bit, be mindful of that. Visibility down to a couple miles in some places. I don't expect this to be a big issue this morning, but keep that in mind as you head out and about on your morning travel. Also today, we still have that code yellow air quality alert in place today, and that also goes for tomorrow as well, because we still have that haze, that smoke from the wildfires out west impacting us here in the Carolinas. And it takes a while to get out of here. It will be a little bit better today than it was yesterday, but this is a gradual improvement. It doesn't really happen overnight. So you'll notice it still in the sky today, probably a little bit more tomorrow, but gradually it gets better. Temperature-wise out the door right now, upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Not too bad, low 60s. Up to our north, upper 60s near 70 down to the south. We have a bit of a cold front that crossed by yesterday, and it's not really bringing us any moisture. It doesn't really bring us any cooler temperatures, but what it does do is bring us just this slight taste of drier air. You can see that noted on the dew point map. Low 60s for dew points up north and right near 70 kind of south of the US 64 corridor. And if I zoom out on a wider view, you can really tell where that cold front is parked down across South Carolina, Georgia, still super humid right now. For us, really don't have any problems to worry about today. Again, keep that code yellow air quality alert in mind. Temperatures will top out in the mid and upper 80s. We mainly stay dry. There is the low chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, but that mainly is confined to the foothills and to the mountains today. Now going into your Saturday, there will be a better chance to get some of those pop-up showers and storms, mainly in the afternoon and early evening, and then Sunday also looking like a mainly dry day of weather as well. So don't cancel your weekend plans. Go ahead with them. Just kind of keep an eye on the radar if you plan on spending time outside. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. We'll drop it down into the mid and upper 60s. The weekend looks good, just hot and humid both days. Better chance for showers and storms on Saturday than opposed to Sunday. Hey, I want to mention this real quick too. If you look outside tonight, 10:37, the full buck moon will peak tonight. That's the full moon of the month of July. It's called the buck moon because this is the time of year where male deer are growing their antlers. It's also called the thunder moon sometimes too. So keep an eye out for that. And with that haze, with that smoke in the sky, it may actually look pretty interesting, kind of have an orange or a pinkish tint to it. So keep that in mind. Step outside this evening and see if you can see that. Going up to the upper 80s, near 90 over the weekend, and then once we get there, we stay there for a while as we head into the middle of next week. Maybe even low 90s by Wednesday and Thursday, and the best chance to get wet with a cold front coming through looks to be Monday and Tuesday, so early in the week, and then we'll get back to typical summer stuff next middle of the week.
It's interesting that you say that about the buck moon. I guess I'll tell you why later. Well, we have a fun conversation for you right now. She is the matriarch of the family with popular names such as Mima, Mimi, Nana or Nana, Granny.
The list really goes on and on as you are forming this list in our feed here. Today is all about the awesome grandmothers in your life. It's National Gorgeous Grandma Day, and we're kicking off the weekend celebrating some incredible women in our lives. So earlier this morning, we asked you to send in pictures of your grandma along with how your family refers to her.
Yeah, so here we have some pictures. This one says, I am a first-time Nana from April 23rd. I wish I had Snapchat when my girls were little. That's awesome. You are a gorgeous grandma. Says, hello, my name is Tracy Scott. This is my grandma, Boo Boo. She is 86, and when I was a baby, she would call me Boo Boo, and my name for her was Boo Boo in return as I was beginning to talk.
That's cute.
That is awesome. I love that story. And we have another one here. She says, I'm known as Grandma. Love tea parties and fun times with my best girls. Looks like so much fun. I love tea time. I want to come over. Here we have one that says, this is Grandma Ma Ruby, looking cool with her shades and leopard print.
Oh, yeah.
She is a gem for sure. A glam gem at that. Nice. Thanks for sending that one in. And here we have another picture. I'm assuming a grandma holding her grandchild. No information, but I got to tell you, she looks stunning. I think I have that dress. Awesome. Rachel's gorgeous grandmother, we call her Mima. I love it, and she is gorgeous. All these fancy grandmas.
These are great pictures.
Okay, so from one fancy grandma to another, my mom usually likes to wear North Carolina A&T State University gear. She's a proud Aggie, but she's an even prouder grandmother. She is the grandmother of 5. 3 of them are mine, and these are 2 here. Simone and Julian. I get my 2 boys.
One of the 2.
Yes, and this is the other side of the family, my husband's family, and they also have 5 grandchildren. Again, 3 of them are ours, so my brother-in-law has 2. But Josiah used to be the only boy. And with the addition to Julian, he now has company, so the last name will continue on for generations, and they're hoping.
That's so cool. Love that. This is my mom, a gorgeous grandma as well. She goes by Grandma. There she is holding her first grandchild, my son Christian. And this is my beautiful mother-in-law. She goes by Nana, or my son calls her Nana. Nana, Nana, Nana.
Just like that.
Yes, and they are both so fantastic. They often help me watch him, and they just are such a great influence on his life. He thinks they're absolutely hilarious, and they have taught him to find a love of reading. I mean, I guess part of that's hereditary because I love reading, but they really instilled in him too, just this love of books, and he's always picking out books from his bookshelf to have them read to him. So it's very cute.
It's gonna be a smart cookie.
Yep. All right, Christian, you're up.
And this is my grandmother. Well, this is a picture of my whole family with my grandmother beside of me. And we call her Mama. It's really interesting to see all the variations. She actually just celebrated her 89th birthday a couple weeks ago. And she actually grew up, well, I actually grew up across the street from her. So our parents' house was right across from Grandma's house. So she was over at our house every day, or we were over at her house every day. And so she's always been such a huge part of our life, and really kind of keeps the rest of the family straight. That includes my mom and my dad and my brother. So she always tells us what's what and what we need to hear, whether we know it or whether we know we need to hear it or not. So she keeps us in check. Yeah, that's right, and keeps us in line. And so we're so proud and so blessed to have her. And the grandmother that I had on my dad's side, we called her Granny. So it was always, there was never confusion between the two.
Right.
And I'm the younger of the children. My brother's 4 years older than me. And so we were talking about how I guess the first child always kind of sets the tone and set the stage. So my brother Shane, I guess, called her Momo and called the other one Granny, and that's what stuck.
And that's what you had to do.
Yep.
But I gotta say, you have a gorgeous family. Like everybody is like so awesome, like looking. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And my mom and grandma, that's again my grandma on my mom's side, and they run together all the time. Where you see one, you see the other.
That's
and if you go somewhere and they're not together, somebody says, "Well, where's Mama?" or "Where's your mom?" I don't know.
Is your mom the only child?
My mom was the only child.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your grandmother's your neighbor, which I think is so special.
Right.
That's awesome.
That's so cute.
Right across the street.
Walking across the street, get some home cooking, some cookies.
Oh, yes.
Hey, just hang out. Watch
Or
a show.
shelter. Like when you are in trouble. You know, because grandmas always shelter you when you are, you know, getting reamed out by your parents. So I used to run over to Buckhorn Road in Mebane all the time.
Grandma.
Rules are relaxed at grandma's. Yeah.
That's right. I think I'm a bit spoiled in that way because, you know, I saw my grandmother every single day growing up. So
that's really a special memory.
Very blessed.
It is, and they never had to get a babysitter.
Never.
Just go to your grandmother's house.
Yes.
Across the street.
So thank you guys so much for participating in this conversation. I love all the names. Let's start. Susan said, I called mine Mama. Phil said Katie. Katie was her grandma. Was his grandma. Jason Hutchins said that that's a wrong comment. Sorry, I'll get to you, Jason. Sharon said, I called one grandmother grandma, and my grandchildren are mama. Cherie said our ma rhymes with duh as the pronunciation, so it must be ma. Ma.
Ma. Okay.
I love it.
That's cute.
Tamrika said, I called my grandma Nanny on my mom's side and Mama for dad's side. Love it. And let's see, Jeannie Wall-Smith says, I'm a nanny. Congrats. And Joanne said, my children call me Grandma, but my great-grands call me Gigi. I love Gigi.
Cute.
So my kids call my mom Nana, but they also call my husband's mom Nana. She originally wanted to be called Nana. But they were like, listen, this is too much. Nana, Nana, we're just doing Nana. So you're Nana and you're Nana.
Hey, that works.
And the papas are different by one letter.
I think it's so interesting. You know, we were talking about earlier how there's so many variations of Mimi or Mama or, you know, whatever it is. And of course me, being from Asheboro and from Randolph County, I really draw out my A's and my W's, so it's Mama.
Yeah, Mama. Megan Allman, our digital producer, said the same thing. She said, I'm real Southern, so I was like, Mama. Yeah, we called my grandmothers just Grandma and Grandma by their last names, and that's it. You know, it was Grandma this one and Grandma that one, and nobody got confused.
You brought up an interesting point too earlier, Megan, about how it's a much more regional thing, we think,
Somewhat,
to name
yeah, I think so. Well, to some degree, I guess I didn't know you called your grandmother's grandma too.
Yeah.
I did the same thing, but it was followed by their first name. So we had a Grandma Pat and a Grandma Elsie, and that was what we called them.
Right.
And I didn't know any differently, and that was, you know, what my parents called their grandparents as well. And so when my parents moved from St. Louis to Arkansas a few years ago, all of their friends, once they told them that I was expecting my son, they said, wait, so what's your name going to be? And they asked me, well, why is everybody asking me what our name's going to be? What does that mean? And I said, they want to know your grandparent name.
Yeah, it's got to be fancy.
Yeah, they said, well, why wouldn't we just be Grandma and Grandpa? And I said, well, you can be.
Right.
That's perfectly fine.
Right.
That's perfectly fine. But yes, you know, there's this expectation to maybe spice it up a little bit if you want.
I should clarify. We called our grandmothers by last name, grandma and their last name, when we weren't speaking to them. When we were in front of them, we called them ma'am.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am. And that's all we called them. But when we were talking about them to our parents, we would say, Grandma so-and-so. But in front of them, it was always ma'am. And you try saying that. If Josiah said that to my mom right now, she'd be like, oh, no. But we were raised differently.
Yeah.
Wow.
So cute. This is so fun. And
This is fun.
I'm sure we'll find a day to talk about your grandpa names too at some point. I'm sure those are just as interesting.
I said earlier too, I just don't think that, I know we have Mother's Day, but I don't think one day is enough to show our appreciation and how much our moms and grandmothers mean to us.
Right. I have a note for the control room. If you turn my mic down, I will get off this nagging cough and then we'll be done. Okay, let's do headlines.
All right. Let's get to some
out.
morning headlines here, and then we'll get to our second conversation. COVID-19 metrics in our state are up across the board. Right now, 751 North Carolinians are in the hospital with the virus, 56 more than the day prior. The last time we saw a number this high was May 20th, more than 2 months ago. Earlier this month, we hit a low of 373 patients, but as you see, that did not last long. Looking at the pandemic as a whole, obviously, we were in a much better place than we were at this point at the start of the year after that post-holiday surge in cases. But we are now seeing again a noticeable spike in hospitalizations that some experts worry could be a fourth wave. Employees at Cone Health, Wake Forest Baptist, and Novant Health are now required to get COVID vaccines. The hospital systems say those who choose not to get vaccinated could end up getting fired if they do not have a valid and approved religious or medical exemption. Cone Health says this policy is in effect for all employees as of July 30th. The deadline for Novant Health workers to be fully vaccinated is September 15th. Wake Forest Baptist gave its employees until the end of October. As for other healthcare systems in our state, Atrium, Duke, and UNC are also making the shot mandatory for employees.
Guilford County Sheriff's deputies found the body of Alan Tran, the missing 19-year-old from Jamestown. He's been missing since Monday. Police found his car burned at an apartment complex off Glendale Drive in Greensboro. Just yesterday, deputies discovered his body near the intersection of Lake Brant Road and Whitty Road in Summerfield. We'll keep you updated on the investigation. Davidson County deputies are searching for 2 suspects connected to a shooting in Silver Valley. Deputies say it happened just before 4 o'clock yesterday on Bob Mountain Road. One person was shot and they were taken to the hospital. Deputies arrested a suspect at the scene, but they're looking for 2 others who they say got away.
A new city law could land you a hefty fine if you are caught dumping trash in Greensboro. Violators could face a $500 fine for a first offense of illegal dumping. The second offense is $1,000. The city has set up cameras at popular illegal dumping sites, and investigators say they will track down violators with the cars or trucks used to dump the materials. You might have noticed this, different hours of operation at the pool near your house. It's apparently because many pools are having to cut back hours due to staff shortages. WFMY News' Denise McMiller explains.
Well, you can expect pools like Balton Park Pool here to not be as active as it is right now because it will close for about an hour every day to give their staff a break. And some pools will even close for an entire day because they are short-staffed. And I'm told that this will last throughout the rest of the season. Now, the city is down more than a dozen lifeguards this year. Typically over the summer, the city of Winston-Salem has at least 65 lifeguards on duty. This year, they have about 50 to man their 7 pools. And to run Balton Pool alone, 15 lifeguards are needed. And to keep folks safe at Waterworks, about 25 lifeguards are needed. They have to close on certain days and close certain parts of the pool because they don't have enough employees. Now, the city's aquatic supervisor explains why it'll stay this way through the end of the summer.
It's been hard to recruit past since we opened because we can't run lifeguard training classes. When we can run the training classes, we got more people, and then after we couldn't run classes anymore, it was harder to recruit because they have to be certified.
The city says they couldn't recruit students at high schools or have Winston-Salem State University teach classes like they typically do because of COVID. Now, the city of Winston-Salem is already looking to recruit and to hire some lifeguards for their season next year. And in Greensboro, they currently have lifeguard positions open. You can find more information on some of these open positions on our website at WFMYnews2.com.
Well, today is the official kickoff for the Tokyo Olympics. The 2020 Summer Games on pause until this year due to COVID. The games will go on, but stands will be empty. Only competing teams will attend the opening ceremony. Several U.S. athletes already had to withdraw from the games due to COVID-19 related issues. Not them, though. These guys representing the triad in the Olympics. 2 North Carolina A&T athletes will compete in track and field, among other triad natives who are there representing Team USA.
All right, it is that time to sit back, relax, and just reflect on life's many blessings. Go ahead and drop a comment here on our feed because it is time to tell us something good. It can be really encouraging and really place you in the set of mindfulness, especially after a long week. I asked you on my Facebook page, Megan Malaris News, to share your blessings this week.
Christy made a new friend after losing her job last year and not finding a new one yet. It has been a boost for her. Bonnie learned after 5 years of treatment, her oncologist said she could stop taking chemo medicine for leukemia. Marty also got a good checkup from the oncologist. Jeannie's mother turned 99 years old last Saturday and is looking amazing. Peggy's mama turned 100 on July 5th. Barbara got to spend time with her great-grandson, Xander. Linda had all 4 granddaughters at her house for a week, and they had fun. Asia got a promotion at work. Her son left for Marine Corps boot camp, and her daughter is graduating with her master's and heading into her doctorate. Rose caught her great-granddaughter, Chrislyn, in a cute moment, trying to get into her kitchen cabinet. Michelle got to practice softball with her daughter, and she's making great progress. Alicia is celebrating her great-nephew's 2nd birthday, and Wanda is thankful for each day we have on this earth.
And we are celebrating something good with one of our team members here on the Good Morning Show, Tracy.
It's a birthday, trust me, not another baby announcement. It's a birthday. I just want to put it out there.
You just got back. You can't leave again yet.
Exactly. It's a birthday.
My birthday balloons back there. Okay?
Listen, whenever you say Tracy an announcement in the same sentence, people start going the other way. So,
well,
I just want to put it out there.
Tracy's birthday tomorrow. Of course, we know her as a colleague and friend, but 3 little ones know her as mom, and they had a special message to share.
Happy birthday, Mommy! Happy birthday, Mommy! Happy birthday, Mommy!
Oh, they're so cute.
Of course, we had to put that on replay a few times. They are so cute. And of course, baby Julian wanted in on the action. They're all cheesing with big smiles and cannot wait to shower their mommy with love and fun times this weekend.
Oh my gosh, I love my crew. I love my News 2 family, but I am in love with my children. I literally can't imagine my life without them. They are such a blessing. They think of me all the time. Even when I walked downstairs this morning, they had balloons and some little flowers up, and I'm like, did you guys get out of bed to do that? But yeah, they are just a blessing, and I'm just so happy, so fulfilled, and I'm looking forward to this next year.
You know your family
3
loves
children.
you to get up that early too, to do all that.
Yeah, I think they might have, like, I put them to bed because I told my husband I'm like, I'm putting them to bed.
Yeah.
And then I go to bed. So I think after I went to bed, he got them out of bed.
Yeah.
And then they did that because
That's awesome.
I haven't been able to talk with them yet because I'm here.
I know.
But I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll have to tell them to give mommy her birthday present
That's right.
tomorrow, which is to sleep in a little bit.
That is definitely among the list of things that I would like.
Yes. Well, we're excited for you, Tracy. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Okay, so you're going to South Carolina this weekend.
I am. So I was talking about this last week, but I'm still playing with Eric and his band, the Chill Tones, this
cool.
weekend. And in the process of that, of course, over the last year, we haven't really gone anywhere or done anything. My band hasn't played much. And so my aunt and uncle who used to live here in Greensboro actually moved to Wilmington with my cousins because they live down there. And so I haven't seen them in over a year. So I actually talked to my aunt and uncle last night, and so I'm going to go down Saturday, go tomorrow, and I'm going to spend some time with them and spend the night with them and catch up with them because it's been over a year. And my aunt said if it wasn't for the internet, I would have forgotten what you looked like. So I'm going to go see them and visit with them, and then I'm going to play with Eric and his band on Sunday. So
That'll be fun.
Love it.
Have a great time.
Thank you.
Yes, we had some Tell Me Something Good comments coming in here to our feed. Dana said she's moving closer to home
That's
by
exciting.
March. And we heard from Heather, who said her fiance finally got their front garden cleared out for a clean slate. And now it's the planning stage. That sounds awesome. You'll have to post a picture of the finished product when you get done. Carl is going to get his 2-year-old grandson trip today. Barbershop, lunch, and games are on the agenda. And Phil passed an annual checkup with flying colors. All vitals are excellent. Great job.
That's
Jason
awesome.
is starting a new job on Monday, August 2nd.
Oh, wow, congratulations.
Yes, and several happy birthday wishes pouring into you.
That is so great. It's going to be a great weekend.
Yes.
I don't know about the forecast. It usually typically rains on my birthday. So what's going on this year?
It might rain on your birthday. It might not rain on your birthday. It may or may not rain. That's the forecast. Thanks.
cool.
Thanks for coming. Upper 80s this afternoon. Most of us stay dry. We still have that haze in the sky. If you like a hazy birthday, Tracy, it's still a little hazy for your Saturday. Upper 80s. Low chance for a couple pop-up showers and thunderstorms. It might be in your neighborhood. It might not be in your neighborhood. And that goes for you at home as well, too. It's that typical summertime stuff. We can't really tell you when or where it's going to happen until it actually starts to happen. 20% chance on your Sunday afternoon. Most of us stay dry there. Upper 80s for Sunday. And then once we get back into early next week, Monday and Tuesday look like the best chance to get some rain with the cold front coming through. Temperatures will be back around that 90-degree mark, and then they hang out there for several days as we go into the middle of next week. So at this point, I don't see any relief from the heat or any big deal relief from the humidity or any really big deal chances for rain. So
Yeah. Pretty July.
We're
it's
stuck
pretty
with
just
it.
flat.
Great. Well, let's add some spice to this mix,
Okay.
right? Oh, ooh.
Let's do it.
That's a move right there.
Warm up your vocals.
Yes.
Playing with the Chill Tones this weekend.
Yes. All right, so we're going to leave you here with some of the things that made us smile. This is called The Best of GMS. Have a great weekend.
See you later. So you don't know this, but I asked Marissa last night what her favorite ice cream was, and I thought it was Oreo. So what I've done today,
Oh, no.
I have brought us Oreo milkshakes from a local fast food favorite.
Reese's, we just kind of came up with cool ways to eat it. My brother always was the durable. He went
feel
all
like-
around.
I feel like gnawing around the edges.
Yeah.
I feel like doing that, my parents would have told me to stop.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. Okay.
Some cool technology. Olympic and Paralympic athletes will receive a Ralph Lauren jacket with the self-regulated temperature cooling device, basically a personal air conditioner.
There was a point in my life, as I was the Cal mascot one summer, and the actual uniform, the mascot uniform, had an air conditioning unit in
Stop.
it. It did. It was broken.
French fries, love fries, and apparently my son does too, because the other day at a restaurant, he had never done this before. He just like subtly reached over and started
He grabbed your fries.
started grabbing fries off my plate.
That's
he was in
hilarious.
his high chair, and he was so quiet about it, and I was just like talking, and he was just taking him off my plate, and I'm like, wait a second.
And what I've done this morning, it's Friday, my brain's already Friday. I walked outside with the wrong clicker. So Megan or Tracy, if you can hear me in the studio, do you mind flipping some graphics for me? All you got to do is hit the space bar. Well, there we go. See, thank you so much. Live look over the triad right now, and I'm going to try to talk as you guys flip the graphic. Rain chances come down, but the heat goes right back up heading into the middle of the week. And that's your forecast from Christian, Tracy, and Megan.